Hello, welcome back to Pedestal Wife Society. My name is Brill, and today I really want to talk about, I'm just going to say it. Women need to speak to their men as though they are hunters. Men are still operating off of the DNA of a hunter. You have to recognize that DNA evolves in a million years. So it has not been a million years since we were hunters and gatherers. And see, DNA is a tricky thing. It is a program literally running in the background, unknowingly and unconsciously. So let's talk about what that looks like. Do you know that baby birds crouch low when there's a predator around? This isn't something that's taught to them by their mother. This is something they do on instinct. And this is what's happening with men. When you communicate with them and you're not talking to them as a hunter, it's just like your communication isn't penetrating. They aren't hearing you. This is the reason why you feel like you're unheard. Because men are still operating as hunters and communicating as one also. And since DNA doesn't evolve for at least 1 million years, and there hasn't been a million years since women and men are working together, living together, and they're modernized. But men aren't. Men aren't modernized in the manner that you think they are modernized. Yes, they get the new clothing, they get the new tech, they get the new things, but they just don't get the communication because they're still operating from the hunter's instinct and they need to be communicated to as though they are hunters. So let's talk about what that looks like in real life examples. Help. When a woman asks for help, she is looking for him to immediately move, immediately give help. But a lot of the times what we're doing, we're demanding help instead of asking for help. And see, that is a big difference. And this is the reason why you're not getting it and receiving it in the manner that you want it to be received and as quickly as you want it to happen. So you have to, when you want to ask for help, make sure that I'm going to give you 3 instructions for help. And then I'm going to give you a real life example and the way I use it personally in order to get help from my husband. So if you're asking for help, it needs to be genuine, it needs to be direct, and it needs to be short. When I say short, I just mean it doesn't need to carry a story. It doesn't need to be, men don't need the background story. So eliminate the background story of why you need the help. Just be direct, be genuine. When I say genuine, it means you're not being manipulative in asking for the help, because there are certain lines that are drawn in the sand when it comes to a hunter and his instincts and the way he needs to be communicated to. So you don't want to overuse help. And see, that's the issue with people on social media when it comes to damsel in distress. And this is the reason why eventually you're going to be the damsel and you're going to continue to be in distress because you're overusing help. When you overuse that word, then you get into the territory of being helpless. And when a hunter sees you as helpless, it's just the equivalent of him running through the forest, trying to get your resources. And he's constantly exhausting himself. And this means he's losing energy, so he cannot hunt properly. And so when you get into the territory of being helpless or helplessness, then he's like, I can't provide for this woman. I'm always going to be tired. I'm never going to be able to go after that promotion. I'm never going to really be able to fulfill her needs because she's helpless. So you don't want to go in that territory. So you want to make sure that it's genuine. So when you say you need help, it is something you genuinely need. It's not overused. So let's talk about how I use it, because I had to use it recently. As you all know, or maybe you don't know, I have an inner circle. I have a group of women that I mentor one-on-ones, and they have a lot of private content. There's a lot of videos in there, and there's a lot of videos I need to transfer in there too also. So I am not tech savvy. I would be the first to tell you that I need a lot of assistance sometimes to get help, but I usually get that help from my assistant, pretty much, my kids, my family, the people who can help me with this, my friends. But at this time, it was already too late for me to get help, outside help for this situation, because I kind of hold on to my help. So I'm not going to the territory of being helpless, okay? And we'll talk more about that in a later video. But let's focus, let's get back to help. So I said, can you help me move this information that I need from my inner circle from my drive to the place that I help to serve my library for my inner circle. And he's like, yes. He stops immediately, whatever he's doing. When you hear the word help, because I haven't overused it, I haven't gotten to the territory of being helpless. So when I say help, he knows it's genuine. I get straight to the point. I don't add any stories. And he helped me. Okay. And so once he's helped me, and he did help me, this is a real life thing that happened to me. Maybe, I think it's like a week ago, this happened to me, and I was having issues of moving information from OneDrive to my library from my inner circle. Okay. And he helped me. And then once he helped me, I gave him appreciation. I said, thank you for helping me. And I gave him all the smooches and all the love and all the appreciation, because that's important. You have to realize one of the things about it, men operate off a hunter's instinct. They're still operating off that hunter's DNA, because they're still looking at their DNA says, I am a hunter, hear me roar, give me appreciation. But they're also living in this modernized world. So since he helped me, what I did, I gave him his appreciation, because back in the day when men were living the life of a hunter, literally, where they had to go out and hunt for resources, they would come home with their resources or whatever they had, and they would get celebrated. So this is the reason why it works, and this is the reason why it's needed, because even though he's not telling you that he needs these things, it's instinct. It's encoded in his DNA. It is something that has not been breeded out of him yet. And so he needs that appreciation and that acknowledgement once he's helped you. So remember, let's sum this up. Help is a word that speaks to his hunter's instinct. It bypasses all that modern malarkey that tells you that he wants you to talk at him. And this gets you to be able to talk to him. And then while you're talking to him, you ask for help. But you want to make sure that you're genuine. You're not trying to be manipulative. You're not trying to be controlling. You're just genuinely needing help. And you're very direct with that, what you need. So you tell him what you need. There's no story included. You don't need to tell him a whole story, because guess what? All of that's that modern malarkey, and it's gonna actually trigger that. It's gonna trigger the modern malarkey where he won't hear you, and you be talking at him instead of talking to you. So genuine, short, directly to the point, and after he's helped you, a little appreciation goes a long way. And that is how you can talk to the man's hunter instincts, get him in his body, get him into where he's enjoying, and you can enjoy the great and lovely polarity that comes with you being a gatherer, him being a hunter, and you activating that DNA that's inside of you, that's actually operating behind the scenes, and you'll have a healthier, happier relationship where he'll hear you. And I'll see you all on the next one.